Loper Baseball is on the air. It's time for this afternoon's game. You're listening to the Loper Baseball Radio Network pregame show, brought to you by Jersey Sports Bar and Grill, where the grill and the game are always on. Here's the voice of the Loper Baseball Radio Network, Colton Wiersbicki.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Larks Park here in Hays, Kansas, as we get ready for Game 2 of this three-game set between Fort Hays State University and your University of Nebraska Kearney Lopers. Hello, everyone. My name is Colton Wiersbicki, and you're listening to the Jersey Sports Bar and Grill pregame show. Jersey Sports Bar and Grill, where the grill and the game are always on, located in North 2nd Avenue in Kearney. The Lopers coming off of a three-game sweep last weekend against Pittsburgh State. The Gorillas took extra innings on Saturday, but the Gorillas were able to come out with the sweep. Last week, the Lopers in a midweek game at Memorial Field. It was a week from today. A week ago today, the Lopers took Game 1 from Fort Hays State. And so today, the Lopers look to take the series. Fort Hays State looks to tie the series up as we get ready for Game 2 here at Larks Park. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Jersey Sports Bar and Grill pregame show, and your home for Loper Baseball, the Loper Baseball, the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
At the University of Nebraska at Kearney, it's the people who make the biggest difference. Here, students get the help and support they need to earn a quality education. Professors know your name and oftentimes help students find internships or even that first job after graduation. The campus is filled with people who care enough to make a difference in your life. It's also filled with opportunities to make a difference for others. Here, you can explore the world around you with confidence, knowing you have people behind you every step of the way. At UNK, we're all difference makers. We turn ideas into action. We produce results to be proud of. We put more care into our work because we're people of integrity. We know it takes strength to make a difference, and making a difference is our strength. Find out how you can make a difference at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Visit unk.edu and schedule a campus visit today. At the University of Nebraska at Kearney, we are difference makers. Stop and think about your future, 5 or even 10 years down the road. What are you doing? How are you living your life? If you're picturing yourself in a meaningful job and contributing to your community, UNK can help. We specialize in showing people how to make a difference every day. That's a powerful outlook on life. College awaits. Your application shouldn't. Apply today to UNK and get ahead on scholarships and housing for next year. Learn more at unk.edu.
UNK, we need everybody, stand up, let's go, go Lopers, go.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Jersey Sports Bar and Grill pregame show. Jersey Sports Bar and Grill, where the grill and the game are always on, located in North 2nd Avenue in Kearney. We get ready for Game 2 of this three-game set between the Lopers and Fort Hays State University, and currently right now, head coach Damon Day of the Lopers and head coach Steve Johnson of the Tigers at the plate doing their plate meeting. And we have today's umpires for you as assigned by the Mid-America Intercollegiate Athletic Association. It's going to be Andrew Fulton behind the plate. Your third base umpire is going to be Sasha Sanguinetti, and your first base umpire today is going to be Nathan Foley. Once again, those are your umpires today as assigned by the MIAA. And really quickly, while they go over the ground rules, let's give you today's uniform update. The Lopers today wearing their black caps, their black, white, and gray striped jerseys, white pants with the black soutache, and the usual high-tip socks. Today the color is black. And Fort Hays State wearing their camo jerseys with the yellow FH on the hat. They're wearing their camo hats with the yellow FH on the front there. The white jerseys with the black and gold trim, black and gold letters and numbers, and they are wearing white pants with the black soutache. So that is your uniform update for today. Beautiful day here in Hays, Kansas, as the temperature reached 80 degrees, and light wind blowing right into our face here in the press box. So it's a beautiful night for baseball here in Hays. And as we take a look at Larks Park and kind of the setup, it's a turf infield, grass outfield, 322 down the left field line, 349 into the left center gap, 405 to dead center, 349 to the right center field gap, and only 319 down the right field line. I've been around for 4 years with UNK baseball, and so here is a throwback for you. As last season, the Lopers came here and took on Fort Hays State in a midweek game. Dallas Schramm hit his 8th home run in 8 games right over that right field wall there where it says 319. And so that is my fondest memory here in Hays, Kansas thus far. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to give you starting lineups followed by first pitch. You're listening to the Jersey Sports Bar and Grill pregame show on your home for UNK baseball, the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
At the University of Nebraska at Kearney, it's the people who make the biggest difference. Here, students get the help and support they need to earn a quality education. Professors know your name and oftentimes help students find internships or even that first job after graduation. The campus is filled with people who care enough to make a difference in your life. It's also filled with opportunities to make a difference for others. Here, you can explore the world around you with confidence, knowing you have people behind you every step of the way. At UNK, we're all difference makers. We turn ideas into action. We produce results to be proud of. We put more care into our work because we're people of integrity. We know it takes strength to make a difference, and making a difference is our strength. Find out how you can make a difference at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Visit unk.edu and schedule a campus visit today.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Jersey Sports Bar and Grill pregame show. Jersey Sports Bar and Grill, where the grill and the game are always on, located in North 2nd Avenue in Kearney. Colton Worsbicky here with you, and it is now time for your starting lineups brought to you by Nebraska Star Beef. Premium beef, fair price. That's Nebraska's Star Beef. And first, let's start with the visitors on the scoreboard. Your University of Nebraska Kearney Lopers, they come in at 12-26 overall, 5-20 in the MIAA. Here's the starting lineup for UNK. Leading off, the center fielder Easton Edmond. Batting second is the shortstop Calvin Rudolph. Batting third, the catcher, number 23, Dallas Schramm. Batting fourth, the right fielder Josh Estrada. Batting fifth will be the designated hitter Billy Hayes. Batting sixth is the first baseman Ty Roseberry. Batting seventh, the left fielder Pete Catentious. Batting eighth will be the third baseman Brent Kirsch. And rounding out the Loper lineup is the second baseman Matt Solomon. On the mound for the Lopers today, the senior from Elizabeth, Illinois, the right-hander, number 35, Trey Ertmer. And now let's give you the starting lineup for Fort Hays State. They come in at 9-29 on the year. They are 2-23 in the MIAA. Leading off is going to be the center fielder Ty Reddington. Batting second is going to be the second baseman Clayton Baskell. Batting third, the shortstop Nick Hammocky. Batting fourth will be the designated hitter Trevor Hughes. Batting fifth will be the first baseman Cody Starkle. Batting sixth is the third baseman Jace Bowman. Batting seventh, the left fielder Marcus Altman. Batting eighth will be the right fielder Bryce Whitchurch. And rounding out the Fort Hays State lineup is the catcher Jared Bogosian. And on the mound today for the Tigers is the left-hander, number 36, Alex Ruxlow. So those are your starting lineups brought to you by Nebraska Star Beef. They're just reading off starting lineups here at Larks Park as we inch closer to first pitch in Game 2 of this 3-game set between the Tigers and the Lopers. We're going to take a break. When we come back, first pitch here from Hays, Kansas. You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
At the University of Nebraska at Kearney, it's the people who make the biggest difference. Here, students get the help and support they need to earn a quality education. Professors know your name and oftentimes help students find internships or even that first job after graduation. The campus is filled with people who care enough to make a difference in your life. It's also filled with opportunities to make a difference for others. Here, you can explore the world around you with confidence, knowing you have people behind you every step of the way. At UNK, we're all difference makers. We turn ideas into action. We produce results to be proud of. We put more care into our work because we're people of integrity. We know it takes strength to make a difference, and making a difference is our strength. Find out how you can make a difference at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Visit unk.edu and schedule a campus visit today.
The University of Nebraska at Kearney is ready to make a difference for you. Here, you'll get a quality education and graduate on time with less debt. You'll also have an unforgettable college experience. Join a club, become a leader, make a real difference for yourself and others. Choosing the right college is a big decision. Trust your future with people who care about your success. Choose the University of Nebraska at Kearney because we are difference makers.
Like us, follow us, and listen to us. Loper fans, you can follow your UNK baseball team all season long via your favorite social media platform. Like us on Facebook at Upper Deck Club. Find us on Instagram at UNK Baseball. On Twitter, you can follow the team at UNK Baseball, and you can follow Coach Day himself at UNK Coach 47. And of course, you can listen to all the Loper baseball away games on the Loper Baseball Radio Network. Just click the link found on lopers.com. And don't forget to stay connected throughout the entire year by subscribing to the UNK Baseball channel on YouTube. You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network. Here's the voice of the Loper Baseball Radio Network, Colton Wiersbicki.
Welcome back. You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network. We're getting ready for first pitch as the left-hander for Fort Hays State, Alex Ruxlow, has taken the mound and is beginning his warm-up tosses here in Hays. Ruxlow comes in. He's got a 7.91 ERA. He's 4-7 this year. This is his 12th start. He's thrown one complete game, 52 1/3 innings. He's given up 75 hits, 46 earned runs. He's walked 22, struck out 24. Batters are hitting .342 against him here this season. And as he delivers his warm-up tosses, let's set the defense for Fort Hays State. Starting in left field, it's Marcus Altman. The center fielder is Ty Reddington. In right field is Bryce Whitchurch. In the infield, starting at third base, it's Jace Bowman. The shortstop is Nick Hammocky. At second base is Clayton Baskell. And the first baseman is Cody Starkle. Behind the plate, Jared Bogosian. And like I mentioned, on the mound is Alex Ruxlow. As Bogosian sends it down, and we're ready for baseball here in Hays, Kansas. Game 2 of this 3-game set. Lopers lead the series 1-0 thanks to a win last Tuesday at Memorial Field. And it's a lefty-lefty matchup to begin it as Easton Edmonds steps into the left-handed batter's box. Ruxlow from the windup. The first pitch of the ball game is going to be across the knees for a strike. The count is 0-1. Edmond comes in, 246 is his batting average. 7 home runs, 13 RBIs as this one's going to be chopped foul at the dish. And the count's going to hold tight here at 0-2. Edmond, a senior out of Lincoln, Nebraska. As Ruxlow looks in, getting a sign from Bogosian. The leg kick and the pitch. Edmond going to chop this one foul as well, so he's hanging tough here to start the ball game. Edmond, this is his 28th start, 30th appearance of the season. On base percentage of .393 and a slugging percentage of .529. The leg kick and the 0-2 to Edmond. That one going to be outside. And the count will now move to 1-2. Head coach Damon Day down there in the third base coach's box. This is his 14th season with the Lopers. As the 1-2 to Edmond is going to be chopped up the middle, hustling over to his right and making the throw to first is Clayton Baskell for out number 1. So 1 down to start the ball game, and that's going to bring up Calvin Rudolph. Rudolph, a freshman out of Omaha, Nebraska, hitting .282 for the Lopers this season. True freshman getting the start at shortstop. As the first pitch from Ruxlow is going to be low. And the count 1-0 here to Calvin Rudolph. Rudolph, the righty, back in. The delivery, this one going to be chopped up the middle, but gloved by Ruxlow. He's going to hustle over. The flip to first is in time for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down quickly for the Lopers here in the top of the first. And now that'll bring up the 3-hole hitter, Dallas Schramm. Schramm comes in. He leads the Lopers in just about every offensive category. He's hitting .375 this season. 27 runs scored, 16 doubles, 8 home runs, 42 RBIs. As first pitch, right back up the middle for a base hit. Lopers going to get in the hit column here in the top of the first, thanks to the catcher, Dallas Schramm. And that was Schramm's 55th hit of the season. He's now with the runner at first and 2 down. That's going to bring up Josh Estrada. Estrada had a heck of a weekend in Pittsburgh, as he saw some time at third, some time as the DH, and some time in right field. As the cleanup hitter Estrada steps in, Ruxlow going to work with a runner on first base for the first time today, as Estrada takes this one deep to right, backpedaling and making the grab is Whitchurch for out number 3. Lopers do get in the hit column, though, and they're held off the board here in the top of the first. We head to the bottom half, where Hayes is going to take the dish. You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
You're listening to the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
University of Nebraska at Kearney is ready to make a difference for you. Here, you'll get a quality education and graduate on time with less debt. You'll also have an unforgettable college experience. Join a club, become a leader, make a real difference for yourself and others. Choosing the right college is a big decision. Trust your future with people who care about your success. Choose the University of Nebraska at Kearney, because we are difference makers.
Here's the voice of the Loper Baseball Radio Network, Colton Wiersbicki.
Welcome back, UNK Baseball here in the Loper Baseball Radio Network. Colton Wiersbicki here with you, as Lopers held scoreless in the top of the first, and now taking the mound is the senior from Elizabeth, Illinois, number 35, Trey Ertmer. Ertmer comes in with a 7.71 ERA. He's 1-5 this season. This is his 7th start. He's pitched 30 1/3 innings, given up 36 hits, 26 earned runs. He's walked 17 and struck out 30. Batters are hitting .298 against him here this season. And as he finishes his warm-up tosses, let's set the defense for the Lopers. In left field is Pate Katechis. The center fielder is Easton Edmond. And in right field, Josh Estrada. In the infield, starting at third base with Brent Kirsch, the shortstop is Calvin Rudolph. At second base, Matt Solomon. And the first baseman is Ty Roseberry. Behind the dish, the catcher, Dallas Schramm. And like I mentioned on the mound, Trey Ertmer. As Hayes getting ready to begin their half of the first, and it's going to be Ty Reddington, the center fielder, who gets ready to step in here. It's going to be a righty-righty matchup to begin the bottom of the first, as Ertmer begins his windup and delivers. First pitch inside corner for a strike, and the count 0-1 here to Reddington. Reddington hitting .311. 148 at-bats. 46 hits as he chops this one foul down the third base side. And the count 0-2 here. Talked to Trey Ertmer before the game today, and he said he was feeling pretty good. A guy that has battled a lot of injuries while in a Loper uniform has kind of struggled this season and looking to make an impact today in this ball game. As the 0-2 to Reddington, going to be low and outside, 1-2 the count. Reddington, an on-base percentage of 395. As he's back in, Ertmer, the 1-2. This one going to be slapped to right center. Estrada hustling, can't get to it. It's going to roll to the wall. Reddington taking the turnaround first. He's going to pull up at second, and a leadoff double here for Fort Hays State in the bottom of the first. Ertmer was way ahead of the count, 1-2, and gives up a double to Reddington. That's going to bring up Clayton Baskell. As Dallas Schramm went out to have a quick meeting with Trey Ertmer, he's now heading back behind the dish. Baskell stepping in here. He's hitting .256 for the Tigers this season. 4 doubles, 4 triples, 2 home runs, 15 RBIs. As Ertmer going to work from the stretch for the first time today. Gets the sign from Schramm. He's going to come set just below the letters. Checks on Reddington at second, and the first pitch going to be inside. 1-0 the count. Clayton Baskell. He's a 5'11", 180-pound junior from La Crosse, Kansas. Out of La Crosse High School. As the 1-0 to Baskell. Going to be right at the knees for a strike. And the count even at 1-1. Ertmer started the season as a closer. And then due to some injuries and the way the Lopers had to move some people around in the rotation, Ertmer, the only one out of the bullpen with starting experience. So he had to become the 4th starter for the Lopers this season, as the 1-1 pitch is going to be upstairs. And the count 2-1 here to Baskell. Ertmer, deep breath. As he comes set, checks on Reddington. Here's the 2-1. Baskell going to chop this one foul to the third base side. And the count now 2-2. Game 2 of this 3-game set between the Tigers and the Lopers just underway here in Hays, Kansas. No score here in the bottom of the first. Nobody on, a runner at second for the Tigers. Here's the 2-2 delivery from Ertmer. Swing and a miss on a pitch outside as Baskell took off for first. Thought it was a drop third strike. But Andrew Fultner, home plate umpire, said Schramm caught it. So that'll be out number 1. And that's going to bring up Nick Hammocky, the shortstop. Hammocky, a righty, stepping in. He comes into this ball game hitting .338 for the Tigers. As Ertmer takes a deep breath, checks on Reddington. The delivery, off-speed pitch in there for a strike, and the count's 0-1. Every team has that guy where you think that he's been there for 40 years. Nick Hammocky is that guy for Fort Hays State. As he steps into the right-handed batter's box, Ertmer. Deep breath, looks at Reddington. Long steer at Reddington, and here's the 0-1. Another breaking pitch. That one going to be left upstairs, and the count even at 1-1. Hammocky making his 39th start in just as many appearances. 17 doubles, 3 triples, 3 home runs, 22 RBIs. As Ertmer delivers, that one's going to be upstairs. And the count 2-1 here to the Tigers shortstop, Nick Hammocky. Ertmer back up onto the rubber as Dallas Schramm delivers the signal. He's got it. Now comes set. Checks on Reddington. Here's the pitch to Hammocky. This one swung on and missed. And the count even at 2-2 now. Hammocky back in. Ertmer. Comes set. Checks on Reddington. The 2-2. That one low. Hammocky thought about swinging, but holds. And the count full now, 3-2. On deck, Trevor Hughes, the designated hitter. Hammocky. Ready to go. The pitch from Ertmer. This one going to be lofted to center. Edmund hustling back a few and to his right. He's going to make the grab for out number 2. Meanwhile, Reddington was tagging, but he'll hold tight at second. So now 2 down for Trevor Hughes, who gets ready to step in. Hughes, a lefty. He comes in hitting .291. This is his 33rd start. 9 doubles, no triples, 5 home runs, 27 RBIs. On base percentage of .371 and a slugging percentage of .496. As he steps into the left-handed batter's box with 2 down. And Reddington at second. First pitch to Hughes is going to be up and away. 1-0 the count. Hughes back in. Ertmer has the sign. Checks on Reddington. And now we'll step off and regroup. Bottom of the first, no score here in Hayes. Both teams with 1 hit, though. As Ertmer sent it the letters, checks on Reddington at second. The 1-0. That one just low. And the count 2-0 now to Trevor Hughes. Hughes, a 6'2", 210-pound senior from Wichita, Kansas. Played at Barton Community College. As he steps back into the left-handed batter's box, Ertmer checks on Reddington. The delivery, breaking pitch in there for a strike. And the count 2-1 here to Hughes. Hughes stamps in. Ertmer. The 2-1. That one blown away. Runner on the move as Reddington takes off. No contest from Schramm. And so the first run of the ball game just 90 feet away here for Trevor Hughes in a 3-1 count. Ertmer, deep breath. Looking to get out of this one without giving up a run, as it looks like he will. Hughes pops this one up a mile in the air in the infield. In foul territory, Ty Roseberry going to make the catch for out number 3. Fort Hays strands a runner at third here in the bottom of the first as we head to the second. No score here in Hayes, Kansas. You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
Like us, follow us, and listen to us. Loper fans, you can follow your UNK baseball team all season long via your favorite social media platform. Like us on Facebook at Upper Deck Club. Find us on Instagram at UNK Baseball. On Twitter, you can follow the team at UNK Baseball, and you can follow Coach Day himself at UNK Coach 47. And of course, you can listen to all the Loper baseball away games on the Loper Baseball Radio Network. Just click the link found on lopers.com. And don't forget to stay connected throughout the entire year by subscribing to the UNK Baseball channel on YouTube. You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network. Here's the voice of the Loper Baseball Radio Network, Colton Wiersbicki.
Welcome back. You're listening to UNK Baseball here in the Loper Baseball Radio Network. Colton Wiersbicki here with you as we head to the second. No score here in Hayes. And it's 5-6-7 due up for the Lopers. Hayes in the box. He fouls away the first pitch he sees. And now steps back in here as the pitch from Ruxlow going to be fouled away. And the count 0-2. Hayes, a catcher by trade, slotted in the DH spot today. As the junior from Lamont, Illinois, steps back in. The 0-2 delivery going to be chopped to the ground. Hammocky at short's got it. The throw way over and into the Loper dugout. So Hayes going to take off for second on the dead ball. And so that'll go down as an error, and Hammocky staring at his hand, wondering what happened on that throw. And so the Lopers going to start the second inning with a runner at second base. That's going to bring up Ty Roseberry, the first baseman. Roseberry, a true freshman out of Kearney, hitting .316 for the Lopers this season, making his 10th start here today. As Ruxlow comes set at the letters, checks on Hayes. The first pitch to Roseberry going to be chopped foul to the third base side. And the count 0-1. Roseberry steps back in, trails on the count here 0-1. Ruxlow comes set. The pitch, Roseberry going to line this one into left center field. Hayes coming around third. He's going to score with ease. And it's going to be an RBI single for Ty Roseberry as the Lopers score first here in game two. It's 1-0 here in the top of the second. Roseberry had 3 hits and a handful of RBIs on Saturday, picking up right where he left off here today, giving the Lopers the lead here in game two. And that's going to bring up Pete Catentious, the Loper left fielder. As Ruxlow comes set, checks on Roseberry at first. And first pitch swinging for Catentious, as looks like they're going to try and roll 5-4, no throw to first, so they'll get Roseberry. Play there made by Jace Bowman, the third baseman. And so 1 down with a runner at first. And that is going to bring up Brent Kirsch. Kirsch steps in. He's hitting .176 this season. As he's first pitch swinging, going to be chopped foul to the first base side. And the count 0-1. Kirsch back in. Ruxlow. Set above the letters, the 0-1 to Kirsch. That one going to be upstairs. And the count even at 1-1. Kirsch is senior out of Omaha, Nebraska. As Ruxlow going to pick over, Catentious back safely at first. Catentious at first reached on a fielder's choice. As the 1-1 to Kirsch going to be fouled away. And Kirsch trails in the count now 1-2. Kirsch back in to face the lefty Ruxlow. Ruxlow looking in, getting the sign for the catcher, Bogosian. Now has it set, checks on Catentious. And now Kirsch going to call time and step out. Kirsch back in. Ruxlow gets the sign right away this time as he picks over. Catentious back in safely. Catentious 0 for 1 on stolen base attempts this season. As the 1-2 going to be lofted up into shallow right. Whitchurch has to hustle in, but he makes the grab for out number 2. As now with 2 down and a runner at first, that's going to bring up Matt Solomon. Solomon back in the 9-hole for the Lopers. Spent about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, in the 4-5 hole for the Lopers. Head coach Damon Day looking for a little spark at the bottom, so he moves Solomon down to the 9-hole. As Ruxlow comes set, the first pitch to Solomon. Going to be upstairs, 1-0 the count. Solomon hitting .285 this season. 3 doubles, 1 triple. No home runs, 19 RBIs. Solomon back in. Runks low. The pitch. This one going to be chopped to the ground. Hammocky backhand. The throw to first is in time. Nice play by Nick Hammocky to end the Loper half of the second, but UNK does take the lead, courtesy of an RBI single from Ty Roseberry. We head to the bottom of the second. Lopers up 1-0. You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
This Loper Baseball Radio Network broadcast brought to you by the 2017 Upper Deck Club corporate sponsors, including 5 Points Bank, Aflac, Bruce Furniture, Bruner Frank LLC, the Buffalo County Fairgrounds, Coca-Cola, Culligan Water, and Eagle Dental.
At the University of Nebraska at Kearney, we are difference makers. We're the ones who turn ideas into action. We produce results to be proud of. We're innovative. It's not enough to just complete a job. We strive to do it better. We put more care into our work because we're people of integrity. We know it takes strength to make a difference, and making a difference is our strength. Seeing is believing. Visit unk.edu and schedule a campus visit today.
Welcome back. UNK Baseball here in the Loper Baseball Radio Network. Lopers up 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. And due up here for Fort Hays State, it's going to be 5-6-7, starting with Cody Starkle. And the first pitch to Starkle is a strike. 0-1 the count. Starkle back in. The 0-1 from Ertmer. That one right at the knees for a strike. And the count 0-2 now. Cody Starkle, a freshman, hitting .267 for the Tigers, making his 17th start of the season. As the 0-2 going to be swung out and missed. It's in the dirt, so Schramm going to have to do a little bit of housekeeping. The throw to first in time for out number 1. Ertmer's second strikeout of the ball game, and that's going to bring up Jace Bowman. Bowman, the third baseman, hitting .224, making his 25th start of the season. Righty-righty matchup as the first pitch from Ertmer is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count here to Bowman. Bowman back in. First pitch. This one chopped on the ground. Solomon's got it at second. The throw to first. Roseberry has it for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down. And it's going to bring up Marcus Altman, the left fielder. Altman steps in. Ertmer. The first pitch to Altman in there for the strike. Oh no, it missed. 1-0 the count. Not quite sure where that one missed. As Altman steps back in, pitch from Ertmer going to be chopped to the ground. Kirsch on a short hop has it. The throw to first. Roseberry picks it. He's got it. Out number 3. Tigers go down in order here in the second as we head to the third at Larks Park. Lopers on top, 1-0. You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
At the University of Nebraska at Kearney, it's the people who make the biggest difference. Here, students get the help and support they need to earn a quality education. Professors know your name and oftentimes help students find internships or even that first job after graduation. The campus is filled with people who care enough to make a difference in your life. It's also filled with opportunities to make a difference for others. Here, you can explore the world around you with confidence, knowing you have people behind you every step of the way. At UNK, we're all difference makers. We turn ideas into action. We produce results to be proud of. We put more care into our work because we're people of integrity. We know it takes strength to make a difference, and making a difference is our strength. Find out how you can make a difference at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Visit unk.edu and schedule a campus visit today.
Welcome back. Lopers on top 1-0 as we head to the third. In game 2 of this 3-game set between the Tigers and the Lopers, it's going to be 1-2-3 to start it here for UNK, starting with Easton Edmond. As Edmond swings at the first pitch he sees, and the count 0-1. Edmond 0 for 1 today. He grounded out to second base in his first at-bat today. As Ruxlow, the lefty, stretching out a little bit on the mound, now toes the rubber. Here's the 0-1 to Edmond. That one outside. 1-1 the count. Edmond back in. Here's the pitch from Ruxlow. This one going to be chopped to the ground to first, and it's over the head of Starkle as it rolls into right field. A base hit. High chopper off the turf. Starkle couldn't get it. And now, with nobody out, Lopers have a runner at first for Calvin Rudolph. Rudolph 0 for 1. As he steps in. Ruxlow. First pitch is Rudolph going to bunt. It's a push bunt. Nobody's covering first as he's going to get in there safely. Push bunt right to Starkle. Ruxlow didn't go over to cover. And so now 2 on and nobody out with Dallas Schramm coming up. Schramm singled up the middle in his first at-bat today. He's 1 for 1. Schramm steps in. He's got 42 RBIs this season. Number 43 stands at second. As the first pitch from Ruxlow to Schramm is going to be lifted high and deep to left. Hustling back his ultimate. He's going to try and find the wall, and it's gone. 3-run shot for Dallas Schramm. And that puts the Lopers on top 4-0 now here in Hayes, Kansas. That's Schramm's 9th home run, and he is now at 45 RBIs on the season. As Ruxlow going to get a fresh start here with nobody on to face Josh Estrada. Estrada 0 for 1 today. He flew out to right field. As the first pitch to Estrada is going to be upstairs. 1-0 the count. Estrada back in. Ruxlow. 1-0. That one's going to miss as well. 2-0 the count. Ruxlow. Late kick and the 2-0 is Estrada is going to foul this one away. And the count 2-1 now to the Loper right fielder. Estrada steps in. Ruxlow, the lane kick, the 2-1. That one up and away. 3-1 the count here. Lane kick and the 3-1 as Estrada's going to lift this one high and deep to left. Altman back. It's gone. Back-to-back jacks for the Lopers. As Josh Estrada going to take the turn around the bases. And it's 5-0 now here in Hayes. That is Estrada's 4th of the season. And now Steve Johnson, the head coach for Fort Hays State, going to make his way out to speak with Ruxlow. It was a 3-1 count that Estrada sent over the left field wall, and it looks like that's going to be the end of the day for Ruxlow. We're going to get an identification on the new pitcher when we come back. You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Nebraska develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Nebraska School Activities Association and the Nebraska State Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Do you have a passion for athletics? Are you a former high school or college athlete looking for ways to stay involved? The Nebraska School Activities Association is asking you to grab a whistle. Officials are needed in every high school activity and are essential to the future of the game. Visit nsaahome.org for more information. Grab a whistle and contact the NSAA to get registered.
Slow down, baby.
Welcome back. UNK Baseball here in the Loper Baseball Radio Network. As the Lopers are on top 5-0. We do have a pitching change, as it's the right-hander number 20, Ben Ramberg, coming in to replace Alex Ruxlow. And Ramberg going to come in with a 7.88 ERA. He's 0-8 on the season. This is his 12th appearance. He has pitched 53 2/3 innings, given up 47 runs, 34 walks, 40 strikeouts, 10 doubles, 2 triples, 12 home runs. Batters are hitting .312 against him here this season. As it's going to be Billy Hayes to step in with nobody on and nobody out. And the first pitch is swung on and missed for a strike, 0-1. Hayes started the second. He reached on an error by Hammocky. It's the only error of the ballgame this far. As Ramberg delivers the 0-1, that one upstairs. And the count even at 1-1. Back in, the 1-1 to Hayes. That one outside, 2-1 the count now. Hayes, like I mentioned, reached to start the second on an error. He came around to score on the RBI single by Ty Roseberry. As the 2-1's going to be lofted up to right, hooking foul as Starkle hustles over. He's going to run out of room. And the count 2-2 now to the Loper designated hitter, Billy Hayes. Hayes grabs his bat. Gets some pine tar in his hands as he does his pre-pitch routine and steps in. 2-2 count. Ramberg. Leg kick and the 2-2 to Hayes. This one going to be chopped up the middle. Ramberg has it. He's going to hustle over the underhand flip to Starkle at first in time for the first down here in the third. So now one down, and that's going to bring up Ty Roseberry, who's 1 for 1 with an RBI today. Leg kick and the first pitch from Ramberg to Roseberry. He's going to be on a line to the first baseman, Starkle. He snags it for out number 2. So now 2 down, and nobody on for Pete Contentious here in the third. Lopers on top 5-0. As Contentious steps in, he's 0 for 1, reached on a fielder's choice back in the second inning. Ramberg. First pitch to Contentious. Going to be upstairs, 1-0 the count. Contentious, a sophomore out of Longmont, Colorado, Niwot High School. As he steps in, righty-righty matchup, the 1-0 from Ramberg. That one high and tight. And the count 2-0 now. 6 o'clock, right on the dot was our official start time. As the 2-0 is going to be upstairs, 3-0 now the count. Crowd was pretty light right at first pitch, but had some fans file in here at Larks Park. And it's Contentious steps back in, 3-0 the count. Here's the pitch. That one in there for a strike, and it's 3-1. UNK looking for the series win. They're on top 5-0 right now here in the third. Pitch from Ramberg. This one going to be fouled behind. And it's going to be a full count here with 2 down to Contentious. Contentious steps in. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Ramberg comes in and shuts the Lopers down. But the Lopers do get 4 runs here in the third, thanks to back-to-back home runs from Dallas Schramm and Josh Estrada. We head to the bottom of the third. UNK up 5-0. You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
You're listening to the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
Discover new opportunities at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Opportunities that lead to new connections and new passions. At UNK, you won't just go to class. You won't just meet people. You won't just get involved. Here, there's so much more. You'll get an experience that will impact who you are and what you will become. Around here, people know your name. It's up to you what it will be. At the University of Nebraska at Kearney, we are difference makers. Find out how you can make a difference at unk.edu.
Here's the voice of the Loper Baseball Radio Network, Colton Wiersbicki.
Welcome back. Lopers on top 5-0 as we head to the bottom of the third. Trey Ertmer back out. He's got a hefty lead for himself now. Because now all he has to do is just keep Hayes in check the rest of the ball game, as it's going to be Jared Bogosian to step in. And the first pitch from Ertmer is a breaking ball in there for a strike, and the count's 0-1. Correction, it's Bryce Whitchurch at the dish. As the count's 0-1, the pitch from Ertmer low and in. It's going to be 8-9-1 due up for Fort Hays State. Whitchurch hitting .202 this season. The 1-1, this one lofted high and deep to left. And I don't know when this one's going to land, but it's gone. That is Whitchurch's 4th of the season, as he puts Fort Hays State in the run column here in the bottom of the third. It's 5-1. UNK still on top. So a leadoff home run for Fort Hays going to bring up Jared Bogosian. Bogosian making his 21st start of the season. 7 RBIs, 3 doubles, no triples, no home runs. A batting average of .254 as he's first pitch swinging. This one going to be fouled behind. 0-1 the count here. As Bogosian stamps in. The leg kick and the 0-1 from Ertmer. That one, what a hit Bogosian in the head if he wouldn't have ducked. And the count 1-1 now. The leg kick and the 1-1 from Ertmer. This one on the outer half, but Bogosian pulls it to third. Kirsch has it to throw to first in time for out number 1. So 1 down now. That's going to bring up Ty Reddington. Reddington 1 for 1 today. He doubled back in the first and was stranded at third base. As he's going to step in here with 1 down and nobody on. First pitch from Ertmer. Breaking pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Ertmer. The pitch to Reddington going to be fouled behind. And the leadoff batter for Fort Hays State, Reddington, in a hole here, 0-2. Back in. Ertmer, the 0-2. That one on the outer half. They're going to check and see if he went around. And Nathan Foley, the first base umpire, says no. So the count 1-2. Leg kick and the 1-2 from Ertmer. That one, strike 3, got him looking. Reddington watches a breaking pitch on the outer half for strike 3. That's Ertmer's third strikeout of the ball game. That's going to bring up Clayton Baskell. Baskell steps in 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. First pitch from Ertmer. This one going to be chopped to the ground. To the right side, it's going to get through into right field for a base hit. 2-out knock there for Baskell. And now a runner at first base for Nick Hammocky. Hammocky stamps in. Flew out to center field at his last at bat. First pitch from Ertmer, breaking pitch in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Hammocky, the shortstop, back in. Ertmer, the 0-1. Now on low as Hammocky checked his swing. Home plate umpire Andrew Fulton says he went around, and so the count 0-2. So 0-2 the count here to Hammocky. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Ertmer's fourth of the ball game ends the bottom of the third for Fort Hays State, but they do get a run thanks to a solo shot from Bryce Whitchurch. We head to the fourth. Lopers on top, 5-1. You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
At the University of Nebraska at Kearney, we are difference makers. Stop and think about your future, 5 or even 10 years down the road. What are you doing? How are you living your life? If you're picturing yourself in a meaningful job and contributing to your community, UNK can help. We specialize in showing people how to make a difference every day. That's a powerful outlook on life. College awaits. Your application shouldn't. Apply today to UNK and get ahead on scholarships and housing for next year. Learn more at unk.edu.
This Loper Baseball Radio Network broadcast brought to you by the 2017 Upper Deck Club corporate sponsors, including Field Goal Agronomics, First National Bank, Jersey Sports Bar and Grill, Johnson Lawn and Landscape, Nebraska Star Beef, Nebraska Land Distributors, and Nebraska Land National Bank.
Welcome back, UNK Baseball here on the Loper Baseball Radio Network. We head to the fourth inning. Lopers on top here, 5-1. It's going to be 8-9-1 do-up, starting with Brent Kirsch. Kirsch 0 for 1 today. He flew out to right field. As Fort Hays State already made the move to the bullpen. Ben Ramberg coming back out here in the fourth as the first pitch to Kirsch is going to be upstairs. Count is 1-0 here to Brent Kirsch. Kirsch back in the pitch as he lines this one into left. It's going to get down for a base hit. Kirsch going to start the fourth with a base hit. And now that's going to bring up Matt Solomon. Solomon grounded out to end the second inning. There's a ground out to short. As he steps in here. Ramberg from the stretch. First pitch to Solomon as he shows bunt. It's popped up right behind the dish. Bogosian hustling back. He makes the basket catch for out number one. So the Tigers foil the bunt attempt here by Solomon. And now with one down, we head back to the top of the order with Easton Edmond. Edmond 1 for 2 today. He singled and came around to score back in the third. Scored on that Dallas Schramm 3-run homer. As the first pitch from Ramberg. He is going to be low for a ball, 1-0. Edmond back into the left-handed batter's box to face the righty Ramberg. Ramberg sent the 1-0. Edmond going to watch this one outside. 2-0 now the count. UNK on top 5-1 here in the fourth as Ramberg picks over. Kirsch safe. Lopers going to host Missouri Western State this weekend at Historic Memorial Field. First pitch on Friday, will be at 6 o'clock. And the 2-0 is in there for a strike, and it's 2-1 to Edmond. A lot of action happening on Saturday. You got the Loper football spring game taking place at 11:30 at Ron and Carroll Cope Stadium at Foster Field. You got Husker volleyball taking on Colorado State at Kearney High School starting at 3 o'clock. Loper baseball scheduled for 3 o'clock against Missouri Western. As that pitch is low, Kirsch takes off for a second. No contest from Bogosian. As the count now moves to 3-1 to Edmond. And his at-bat changes a little bit here with one down and now a runner at second base. Also another big event happening on Saturday in Kearney as the Loper Football Backers Banquet takes place at the Eunice Conference Center. So if you've got a chance to come to Kearney this weekend, there's a lot of sporting events taking place. Is that one low and away to Edmond? He's going to take first base. And now first and second with one down, bringing up Calvin Rudolph. Rudolph 1 for 2 today. He came around to score on the Schramm homer back in the third inning. As the freshman steps in, Ramberg having trouble seeing his sign as he leans in a little closer. He's got it. Comes set. First pitch to Rudolph. Going to be outside, 1-0. Rudolph into the right-handed batter's box. The righty Ramberg set. Here's the pitch. This one going to be chopped on the ground. It's going to get thrown to left field. A base hit. Kirsch coming around third. He's going to score with ease. And the Lopers extend their lead here in the fourth. It's 6-1 now. RBI going to be credited to Calvin Rudolph. And that is his 13th RBI of the season. It's going to be Dallas Schramm to step up, and Ramberg needs to be careful here. As the last time Schramm stepped up with Edmond and Rudolph on base, he took Ruxlow deep to left. As Ramberg comes set, first pitch to Schramm, going to be upstairs. 1-0 the count. Schramm, 2 for 2 today. I mentioned the home run. He singled back in the first. Junior out of Omaha, Nebraska, and Millard North High School. Ramberg, the 1-0. Schramm going to line this one into left. It's going to be foul, though. So the count even 1-1 here to Dallas Schramm. Schramm at the start of the season was expected to be the everyday designated hitter, but has seen more time behind the dish this year than he has in the last 2 seasons. As the junior steps back in, Ramberg checks on Edmond at second. The pitch, that one low and away to Schramm. And the count 2-1 here. Schramm in the box. He's ready to go. Ramberg gets his sign. He's going to come set. He's ready to go. We just await the 2-1 pitch. Here it comes. Low and away. 3-1 now to Schramm. Ramberg having trouble here. You can tell he's frustrated on the mound. Nobody up in that Hayes bullpen, though. As he comes set, delivers the 3-1. Schramm going to pop this one up to center. It's not deep enough to go out as Reddington makes the grab just in front of the warning track. Both runners are going to tag, though, in advance. So that'll go down as a quality at bat for Schramm. And now 2 in scoring position and 2 down, bringing up Josh Estrada, who homered in his last at bat. Was a solo shot right behind Schramm's. Estrada 1 for 2. As the junior from Houston, Texas steps in, Ramberg going to work from the windup here with runners at second and third as the first pitch to Estrada is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Estrada back in. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now the count to Estrada. Estrada looking to hang tough here in a hole 0-2. Here's Ramberg from the windup. Delivers the 0-2. That one outside. 1-2 the count. Estrada back in. Ramberg in the count here, 1-2. Taking his time, getting the signal. He's got it. Begins the windup. The pitch. That one bounced away in front of the dish. As Bogosian had to keep it in front. So the count moves to even now at 2-2. 6-1 our score here in the top of the fourth inning. The 2-2 from Ramberg upstairs. Count full now. 3-2 to Estrada. So Estrada was in a hole 0-2. Now battled back to full. Estrada, 12 walks, 34 strikeouts this season. As the 3-2 going to be chopped foul. So we'll redo the 3-2 here with runners at second and third. Strada steps in. Ramberg getting the sign. Wind up and the 3-2. Strada going to loft this one up a mile in the air. It's going to stay in the infield as Starkle hustling over into foul territory. Having trouble, but he makes the grab for out number 3. Lopers do get on the board, though, thanks to an RBI single from Calvin Rudolph. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Lopers on top, 6-1. You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
At the University of Nebraska at Kearney, we are difference makers.
I'm making a difference by researching new and better ways to diagnose Alzheimer's.
I'm making a difference by being the first one in my family to attend college.
By inspiring others to overcome challenges.
By teaching kids to be active and live healthy.
By throwing a concert to benefit the Youth AIDS Foundation. By helping students reach new heights.
By cheering the Lopers on to victory!
Discover how you can make a difference at unk.edu.
Here's the voice of the Loper Baseball Radio Network, Colton Wiersbicki.
Welcome back. Game 2 of this 3-game set between the Lopers and the Tigers. Lopers on top here, 6-1. As it's going to be 4-5-6 due up here. Trevor Hughes fouls away the first pitch. So the count 0-1. Next pitch from Ertmer going to be low and away. And they count 1-1 here to the designated hitter, Trevor Hughes. Hughes 0 for 1 today. Popped out in foul territory to the first baseman, Roseberry. As the 1-1 from Ertmer, breaking pitch, going to be upstairs. 2-1 the count. Larks Park, one of my favorite facilities in the MIAA. The only issue is at night that sun sets down the first base side, so it's trouble for anyone on the left side of the field as this one fouled away by Hughes, and the count even at 2-2. Two-two count to begin the bottom of the fourth. Lopers on top, 6-1. Hughes in the box. The windup and the 2-2. That one, breaking pitch that got away from Ertmer a tad, and the count full now, 3-2 to Hughes. Ertmer giving up 3 hits. He has 4 strikeouts. 1 earned run. It was a solo shot to Whitchurch. That fastball got away from Ertmer as well, and so Hughes is going to take first base, and it's a leadoff base runner here for Fort Hays State to begin the bottom of the fourth. Cody Starkle to step in. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Struck out back in the second inning. That strikeout started the second inning. As Hughes takes a shallow lead off of first. The first pitch to Starkle. Breaking pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. One thing I've noticed today with Ertmer, usually pretty fastball heavy, but today has started majority of the hitters with his breaking pitch. As he's ahead in the count here, 0-1 to Starkle. The 0-1, another breaking pitch. Same spot, same location for strike 2. And Starkle asking home plate umpire Andrew Fulton about the location on that one. Ertmer take the strikeout. but looking for the double play here in the bottom of the fourth. Pitch from Ertmer, breaking pitch, fouled away. Ertmer, a senior out of Elizabeth, Illinois, had one start 2 years ago for UNK and then battled some injuries. He had 10 strikeouts in that game against Metro State to open up the season. Came back last year, was a starter. As that one on the outer half, strike three. Starkle goes down looking for the second time today. Yet now one down with Jace Bowman coming up. Mentioned in the pregame show, Ertmer slated to be the closer for the Lopers this season, but because of the way things kind of shaped out for the UNK, he had to take that fourth spot in the rotation, which makes him the midweek starter for UNK. As that breaking pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count to Bowman. Bowman 0 for 1. Ertmer. The 0-1. That one inside. 1-1 the count here. Back in is Bowman. Ertmer comes set. The pitch, that one in there for a strike, and it's 1-2 now to Bowman. Ertmer, 5 strikeouts on the day. Looking for number 6 here as he's ahead in the count, 1-2. Side of the letters, checks on Hughes. The pitch, that one low and away. Schramm had to backhand it to keep it from going to the backstop. And the count 2-2. Ertmer, the 2-2. That one low and away. And the count full now, 3-2 to Jace Bowman. Full count, runner at first, one down, bottom of the fourth. Lopers on top, 6-1. Here in game 2 of this 3-game set, Lopers lead the series 1-0. As a 3-2 up and in, ball 4. 2 walks in the inning for Ertmer. And now runners at first and second and one down for Marcus Altman. Altman grounded out to third in his first at bat today. He's 0 for 1. Ertmer, deep breath, checks on Hughes. The first pitch swung on and missed. 0-1 the count. Ertmer, deep breath. Comes set. The 0-1 swung on and missed. 0-2 the count here. Ertmer. Checks on Hughes, the 0-2. This one chopped on the round to the third. Kirsch has it. He's going to go to first for out number 2. Is Jace Bowman was too close to second base to try and turn it. So Kirsch just goes the easy route to first. And now 2 down with runners at second and third for Bryce Whitchurch, who holds the only RBI on the day for Fort Hays State. He hit a home run in his first at bat in the 3rd inning. First pitch to Whitchurch, going to be low. 1-0 the count. Whitchurch, the right fielder. Back in. Righty-righty matchup as Ertmer comes set. The 0-1 in there for a strike, and the count even to 1-1. Bryce Whitchurch, a native of Wichita, Kansas. Along with Sean Maruo, outfielder for the Lopers. Ertmer, deep breath, the 1-1. That one low for a ball. 2-1 now to the Tiger right fielder. Hughes at third, Bowman at second. Bottom of the fourth, UNK on top, 6-1. A 2-1 count and 2 down here to Whitchurch. Pitch from Ertmer. That one breaking pitch, chopped to the ground. Roseberry at first has it, and he'll take it to the bag himself for out number 3. Fort Hays State strands 2 runners in scoring position here in the bottom of the fourth as we head to the fifth. Lopers on top, 6-1. You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
The University of Nebraska at Kearney is ready to make a difference for you. Here, you'll get a quality education and graduate on time with less debt. You'll also have an unforgettable college experience. Join a club, become a leader, make a real difference for yourself and others. Choosing the right college is a big decision. Trust your future with people who care about your success. Choose the University of Nebraska at Kearney because we are difference makers.
Loper fans, be sure to follow your UNK baseball team wherever they play from wherever you are. Most home games are broadcast on 1340 AM KGFW, and all games, both home and away, are broadcast online via the Loper Baseball Radio Network. Just follow the link found on lopers.com to listen via radio stream or YouTube so you don't miss a minute of your Lopers in action all season long.
Welcome back. 6-1 our score here in the fifth inning as UNK bats kind of like Friday and Saturday. Started out extremely hot. And we'll see here if they can keep it rolling. As we begin the fifth, it's going to be Billy Hayes deleted. 5-6-7 due up for UNK. As the first pitch from Ben Ramberg is going to be off the end of the bat, floated over to the first base side, but foul. And the count 1-0. Is now Hayes going to call time, and he broke his bat. As he hit that one off the end, and now they're going to get him a new shillelagh to go swing here. 0-1 the count to the Loper designated hitter. Back into the box, Ramberg. Back up onto the rubber. Taking his time getting the signal. He's got it. Here's the 0-1. Breaking pitch in there for a strike. And the count 0-2 here. Hayes back in. A windup and the 0-2 from Ramberg. This one going to be fouled away, so Hayes hanging tough here. Back in Hayes. Ramberg shakes off the first sign he's got. Here's the second. As this one's going to be lofted up in the infield. Baskell camping under it at second base, makes the grab for out number 1. Roseberry to step in now. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI today. And an RBI back in the second inning. Is Ramberg has the sign. First pitch to Roseberry is going to be upstairs, 1-0. Roseberry in his true freshman season with the Lopers. Here's the 1-0. That one in there for a strike. 1-1 the count here to Ty Roseberry. Leg kick and the 1-1. That one outside corner for a strike. And the count 1-2. Roseberry, one of the many players of that Kearney American Legion baseball program, and Coach Brad Archer to play for UNK. You got Landanger, Schroeder, Pacheco brothers. Is that pitch going to be chopped to the ground? Backhand by Hammocky. The throw to first in time for out number 2. So 2 quick ones for UNK here in the 5th. That's going to bring up Pete Katentius. Katentius 0 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice back in the 2nd. Struck out in the 3rd inning. First pitch from Ramberg is in there for a strike. 0-1 to Katentius. Katentius started the season off a little rough, but has found his swing here towards the back end of the schedule. As that pitch from Ramberg going to be swung on and missed. Count 0-2. Oh, 2 count to Katentius. Ramberg kicks and deals. That one swung on a miss. Strike 3. UNK down in order in the top of the 5th as we head to the bottom half. Lopers on top 6-1. You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
This Loper Baseball Radio Network broadcast brought to you by the 2017 Upper Deck Club corporate sponsors, including Marcotte Insurance, Midway Chevrolet, Runza, Samson Construction, PM Sporting Goods, U.S. Bank, Vintage Title and Escrow Company, and Eunice Hospitality.
There's something to be said about those quality Nebraska values. Waving at a neighbor, working hard each day, helping someone in need. At the University of Nebraska at Kearney, those qualities lead to an incredible college experience. The campus is filled with people who care enough to make a difference in the lives of students. They also show you how to make a difference for others and positively impact the world around you. At the University of Nebraska at Kearney, that's called being a difference maker. Find out how you can make a difference at unk.edu.
Welcome back. UNK on top 6-1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. It's going to be 9-1-2 due on for Fort Hays here in the 5th. Starting with Jaron Bogosian. First pitch from Ertmer to Bogosian to start the 5th is swung on. It missed. 0-1 the count here to the Fort Hays State catcher. Bogosian back in. The pitch from Ertmer. Breaking pitch, chopped on the ground, into left to base hit. Fort Hays State going to begin the 5th just like they did the 4th with a leadoff base runner. We head back to the top of the order now with Ty Reddington. That's only Hayes' 4th hit of the ball game. UNK out hitting him 8-4 currently. As Ertmer gonna come sat, working with the runner at first base. As the first pitch to Reddington is inside. It hit him, and they're gonna give him first base. I'm not quite sure if that hit him or the bat, and head coach Damon Day gonna come out to speak with Andrew Fulton about it. And now head coach Damon Day, they're going to check down to see if Nathan Foley had a foul ball. They'll say no. So Reddington's going to get first. Damon Day just wanted to check to see if it hit the bat. He asked Fulton and then turned right back around and went into the dugouts. Didn't even wait for the call to be made. So now nobody out, and runners at first and second for Clayton Baskell. In a possible bunt situation here as Baskell first pitch swinging. Proves me wrong as it's lofted into right. Estrada has it as Bogosian tags. He's going to take third. So one down now with runners at the corners. Now it's going to bring up Nick Hammocky. Now Dallas Schramm out in front of the dish, signaling the defense. One down here in the bottom of the fifth. Hayes threatening. As Ertmer comes set, checks on Reddington. The first pitch going to be fouled away behind the backstop. 0-1 the count. It's Hammocky at the dish with 2 on and 1 down. As runner on the move, pitch is low and away. Schramm didn't even have a chance to throw it. So now Reddington takes second base, 2 in scoring position and 1 down for Hammocky. Loper infield going to play back. As the count 1-1, pitch to Hammocky. Breaking pitch, this one lofted to center. Edmond hustling in. It's in shallow center. We'll see what happens. Bogosian tags, and he thought about taking off, but he's going to hold tight. And so that's going to hold runners at second and third with Trevor Hughes coming up. Back-to-back flyouts for Ertmer. Hughes stepping in. He's 0 for 1 with a walk today. Popped out in foul territory to Roseberry. Back in for his third at bat of the day. It's the lefty Hughes. Ertmer deep breath the pitch. That one outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Ertmer, the 0-1. Low and away. 1-1 the count here to Hughes. Ertmer. Deep breath, comes set. The 1-1 outside. 2-1 now the count. Ertmer was pretty effective with his breaking ball early today, but has seemed to lose control of it as the game has gone on. As he looks in, getting the sign from Schramm, he's got it. Here's the 2-1. He was going to chop this one foul down the third base, the first base side. And the count even 2-2 now to Hughes. Mentioned it earlier, Lopers taking on Missouri Western State this weekend. Game 1 slated for Friday at 6 p.m. at Historic Memorial Field. You'll be able to listen to that game on KGFW, 1340 a.m. or online at kgfw.com. The 2-2 going to be fouled away to the third base side. So the count will hold tight at 2-2 to Hughes. Saturday, you'll be able to listen to the game, 3 o'clock start between the Griffins and the Lopers. You'll be able to hear that game from 91.1 KLPR online at unk.klpr.edu. Is this one going to be lofted up a mile in the air, but behind the dish as Schramm hustling back, but runs out of room. So the count holds tight once again here at 2-2. Sunday's game slated for noon. First pitch, like I said, at noon. You'll be able to listen to that game on at KGFW and online at KGFW.com. And the next week, we'll wrap up this midweek series against Fort Hays State. And then next weekend, Lopers' final home weekend of the year is they'll take on Southwest Baptist in a 3-game set. That one up and away, and the count now full 3-2 to Trevor Hughes. Lopers football spring game on Saturday at 11:30. Backers banquet to follow at the Eunice Conference Center at 6 p.m. Also, Husker volleyball taking on Colorado State at Kearney High School. Here's the 3-2 to Hughes. Chopped foul. Hughes battling here with 2 in scoring position. As Hughes does his pre-pitch routine and steps into the left-handed batter's box. Ertmer looking to get out of this one without giving up any runs. The pitch. That one going to be chopped to the ground to the second. Sullivan has it to throw to first in time for out number 3. So Ertmer wins the long at bat against Hughes and holds Fort Hays State off the board here in the 5th. We head to the 6th. UNK on top, 6-1. You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
You're listening to the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
The University of Nebraska at Kearney is ready to make a difference for you. Here, you'll get a quality education and graduate on time with less debt. You'll also have an unforgettable college experience. Join a club, become a leader, make a real difference for yourself and others. Choosing the right college is a big decision. Trust your future with people who care about your success. Choose the University of Nebraska at Kearney because we are difference makers.
Here's the voice of the Loper Baseball Radio Network, Colton Wiersbicki.
Welcome back. We head to the top of the 6th. UNK on top 6-1. Colton Wiersbicki here with you. We've got a new pitcher coming in for Fort Hays State. It is the right-hander, number 16, Cole Shoemaker. And Shoemaker comes in here with a 2.08 ERA. This is his 11th appearance. He's pitched 8 2/3, given up 11 hits, 2 earned runs. He's walked 6, struck out 7. Batters are hitting .326 against him this season. As it's going to be 8-9-1 due up here to begin the 6th, starting with Brent Kirsch. Kirsch today comes in. He is 1 for 2. Came around to score back in the 4th as the first pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. A windup in the pitch. That one upstairs. Kirsch got the day off on Saturday, getting the start here today. Pitch in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Breaking ball there from Shoemaker. Kirsch back in, the windup and the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Kirsch goes down swinging. It's the 3rd time the Lopers have struck out here in this ball game. And that's going to bring up Matt Solomon. Solomon, a senior out of Owasso, Oklahoma. He's 0 for 2 today. Last at bat, trying to bunt and popped it up to the catcher, but Bogosian. First pitch from Shoemaker is going to be upstairs, 1-0. Solomon back in. Deep breath from Shoemaker as he delivers. 1-0. Going to be driven into center. A base hit for Solomon. One down base knock here for the Lopers second baseman. That'll put him at 1 for 3 on the day. And now we head back to the top of the order. It's going to be Easton Edmond to step in. Edmond back in. Here's the pitch. Edmond go off this one, a foul. Edmond singled back in the third. He's 1 for 2. Also a walk to his credit in the fourth. From the stretch, Schumacher comes set. The 0-1, low for a ball. 1-1 the count here to the Loper leadoff batter, Easton Edmond. Shoemaker getting the sign from Bogosian as he picks over back safely is Solomon. Some dark gray clouds moving in as the sun goes down here in Hayes. No rain expected, though, as the pitch is low. Solomon takes off. He's safe. It was kind of a horrible jump. Maybe an early delayed steal from Solomon. But now he's safe at second. In time called by Bogosian as he goes out to speak with Shoemaker. And now back behind the dish, Edmond stepping in, 2-1 count. Shoemaker looking in, getting the sign. He's got it. Checks on Solomon, the 2-1. That one low, 3-1 now to Edmond. Edmond looking for his second walk in just as many at-bats. Comes set, Schumacher. Checks on Solomon, the pitch. That one in there for a strike, and the count now 3-2 to Edmond. Shoemaker. Look at it, Solomon, the 3-2. Edmond swings and misses, strike 3. 2 strikeouts for Shoemaker. And now 2 down for Calvin Rudolph with the runner at second. Rudolph he is 2 for 3 today with an RBI. As the first pitch is in there for a strike. 1-1 they count here to the freshman from Omaha. Rudolph back in. Shoemaker comes set just below the letters. The pitch. Rudolph watches that one in there for a strike. And the count 0-2 here to the Lopers shortstop. Back in. Shoemaker. Gonna come set. Checks on Solomon, the 0-2. That one upstairs, 1-2 now. Rudolph, kind of a quiet kid. As he steps in, 1-2 the count. The pitch from Shoemaker is low and away. It gets away from Bogosian, but Solomon going to hold tight at second. So the count even, 2-2 now to Rudolph. Rudolph into the right-handed batter's box. Shoemaker, the righty, comes set. The 2-2. This one going to be driven up the middle. Base hit. Coming around third and scoring is going to be Solomon. And Rudolph hustling into second. He slides. Got him, but the run does score. As the freshman tried to be aggressive, he gets thrown out. But UNK extends their lead. It's 7-1 as we head to the bottom of the sixth. You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
Like us, follow us, and listen to us. Loper fans, you can follow your UNK baseball team all season long via your favorite social media platform. Like us on Facebook at Upper Deck Club. Find us on Instagram at UNK Baseball. On Twitter, you can follow the team at UNK Baseball, and you can follow Coach Day himself at UNK Coach 47. And of course, you can listen to all the Loper baseball away games on the Loper Baseball Radio Network. Just click the link found on lopers.com. And don't forget to stay connected throughout the entire year by subscribing to the UNK Baseball channel on YouTube. You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network. Here's the voice of the Loper Baseball Radio Network, Colton Wiersbicki.
Welcome back, UNK Baseball here in the Loper Baseball Radio Network. As the Lopers on top 7-1. We got a new pitcher coming in for UNK. It is the senior from Overland Park, Kansas. Number 22, Sean Laughlin. And Laughlin coming in, leads the team in appearances. This is his 20th appearance of the season. He's got an 8.16 ERA. He's 2-0 in the year. He's pitched 32 innings. Given up 48 hits, 29 earned runs. He's walked 11 and struck out 28. As he finishes up his warm-up tosses, he's going to come in here to face Starkle, Bowman, and Altman. It'll be 5-6-7 for the Tigers. Laughlin pitched Saturday, got the loss in the ball game. Correction, he did not get the loss in that ball game, but he did come in relief. Gave up the lead in the sixth inning. Looking to come out and have a better outing here. As the pitch to Starkle going to be lofted over the head of Solomon, and it's going to get down into right center field for a base hit. So third consecutive inning here for Fort Hays State, where they've started the inning off with a base runner. That's going to bring in Jace Bowman. Laughlin comes in to replace Trey Ertmer. Ertmer having a heck of a day. 5 innings, 1 earned, 4 hits. Had 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 22 batters faced. Gave up a double and a home run, along with 2 singles. As the first pitch from Laughlin to Jace Bowman in there for a strike, 0-1. Bowman 0 for 1 with a walk today. As he steps back in, Laughlin, deep breath, set at about the 0-1. This one going to be driven to right. Estrada has to hustle in, and he does. He makes the grab for out number 1. Starkle at first, got off the bag quite a ways. Estrada thought about firing to Roseberry, who was covering, but decided to hold on to it. So 1 down now, and that's going to bring up Marcus Altman. Altman 0 for 2 today. First pitch is going to be driven down the left field line. It's a base hit as it's going to roll into the corner. Coming around and going to hold it third is Starkle. And it's a one-out double here for Marcus Altman. And that right there is the freshman's 6th double of the season. And now it's going to bring up Bryce Whitchurch with 2 in scoring position and 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Whitchurch steps in. He homered back in the 3rd. 1 for 2 today. Was a solo shot. First pitch from Laughlin in there for a strike, 0-1 the count. Laughlin, weird delivery as he's sidearm guy for UNK, the only one that the Lopers have. Sent at the belt, the 0-1. Swung on and missed by Whitchurch. And the count 0-2. Laughlin actually engaged, sent to be married in late June. As the count's 0-2, set at the belt. Pitch to Whitchurch. Fouled away. One in correction, the count will hold tight at 0-2. Back in is Whitchurch. Laughlin. Set at the belt. The 0-2. This one chopped to the ground up the middle. Solomon dives, backhands. He's got it to throw to first. Pick. Got him. Heck of a play by Matt Solomon up the middle. The run does come across to score, though. But out 2 down with Jared Bogosian stepping in. Solomon been the sure-handed fielder for the Lopers in his 2 years here. We got him out of Coffeyville Community College. As the first pitch from Laughlin to Bogosian in there for a strike, and the count 0-1. Back into the box is Bogosian. Runner at third, 2 down. Pitch from Laughlin. Bogosian going to chop this one foul way out on his front foot on that one. And the count 0-2 here to the Tiger catcher. 7-2 our score here in the bottom of the 6th. On an absolutely gorgeous day in Hayes, Kansas. Laughlin at the belt, the 0-2. This one fouled away by Bogosian. Jared Bogosian 1 for 2 today. He singled back in the 5th and was stranded at 3rd. Back into the box. Laughlin at the belt. The 0-2. That one way outside. And the count 1-2 now. Bogosian, the 9-hole hitter in this Tiger lineup. Reddington stands on deck. Here's the 1-2. That one inside and almost hit him. I thought it did. But Bogosian's going to stay in the box. 2-2 the count. At the belt, Laughlin, the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fort Hayes does get a run here, though, in the bottom of the 6th. As we head to the 7th, Lopers still on top, 7-2. You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
This Loper Baseball Radio Network broadcast brought to you by the 2017 Upper Deck Club corporate sponsors, including 5 Points Bank, Aflac, Bruce Furniture, Bruner Frank LLC, the Buffalo County Fairgrounds, Coca-Cola, Culligan Water, and Eagle Dental.
At the University of Nebraska at Kearney, we are difference makers. We're the ones who turn ideas into action. We produce results to be proud of. We're innovative. It's not enough to just complete a job. We strive to do it better. We put more care into our work because we're people of integrity. We know it takes strength to make a difference, and making a difference is our strength. Seeing is believing. Visit unk.edu and schedule a campus visit today.
Welcome back. Top of the 7th. Lopers up 7-2 here at Larks Park in Hayes, Kansas. It's Shoemaker Nelson Field. And on the mound is Cole Shoemaker. And I was told earlier that the field is actually named after his grandfather. So pretty cool here for Cole Shoemaker to get a pitch on a field named after a family member. As he gets ready to begin the top of the 7th. It's going to be 3-4-5 due up, starting with Dallas Schramm. And Schramm today is 2 for 3. He had a 3-run homer back in the 3rd. He singled in the 1st, and he flew out in the 4th. As the first pitch from Shoemaker to Schramm is going to be upstairs. Want to know the count? Lee kick and the 1-0. This one going to be chopped to the ground. It hugs the line, and it gets through into the left field corner. Schramm taking the turnaround first. He's going to pull up at second with his 17th double of the season. And he's going to start the Lopers out with a base runner here in the 7th. So nobody out, and Josh Estrada coming up. Estrada getting the start in right field today. Got the start at third base on Saturday. Also was a DH over the weekend in Pittsburgh State. As Shoemaker delivers the first pitch to Estrada. It was a off-speed pitch that Estrada swung through, and the count's 0-1. Estrada, in his 4th year with the Lopers, he's only a junior. He redshirted his freshman year. As the 0-1 breaking pitch in there for a strike, and it's 0-2 now to the Loper right fielder. Estrada came into today. He was hitting .277. Made his 28th start of the season today. Shoemaker looking in. He's got the sign. Going to come set. Check on Schramm at second. The 0-2 blowing away. 1-2 here to Josh Estrada. Estrada in. Shoemaker getting the sign from Bogosian. Has it. Checks on Schramm, the 1-2. Estrada going to take this one to left. Hustling back is Altman, and he's going to make the grab on the warning track. Schramm did not tag, so he'll have to hold tight at second. Great poke there from Estrada, but right to Altman, who only had to backpedal a few steps. And now one down with Billy Hayes coming up. Hayes steps in. He's the DH today for UNK as Shoemaker comes set. The pitch, this one fouled into the backstop. 0-1 the count here. One count, one down for Billy Hayes, the junior out of Lamont, Illinois. Pitch from Shoemaker, breaking ball left upstairs. 1-1 the count here. And about the 1-1. Low. 2-1 to Hayes. Hayes back into the right-handed batter's box to face the righty, Shoemaker. The 2-1 going to be chopped up the middle. It's a base hit into center. Schramm coming around third. He's going to score. And UNK extends their lead once again. This time on an RBI single from Billy Hayes. Mentioned it earlier, UNK's bats started out on fire. Something we saw a lot in Pittsburgh last weekend. But UNK couldn't keep them hot throughout the game today. Able to stay on fire throughout this one. They have runs in the 6th, the 7th late in this ball game as the first pitch to Roseberry. Fouled away, 0-1 the count. Roseberry, 1 for 3 today. As he sat below the letters, the 0-1. That one, breaking pitch, low and inside, 1-1 the count. Got some bodies up in that Fort Hays State bullpen, but nobody working. And likewise for the Loper bullpen. Got some bodies up, but nobody working. It looks like Peyton Pocock's out there, along with what it looks like to be Thomas Rui. Is that pitch at the knees for a strike, and the count 1-2. Shoemaker looking in, getting the sign for Bogosian, and now will step off. Roseberry in as they pick over back safely is Hayes. Comes sent. Pick over again, Hayes safe. This is a tactic you see a lot with a catcher on base. Pitcher will pick over a handful of times, try and wear down the catcher, but Hayes the DH today as he takes off. This one low and away, the throw down. Not in time. Ooh, it was bang, bang. As I thought, Basco got the tag in there, but Hayes slides in safely. So the count 2-2 here to Ty Roseberry. And now an opportunity for an RBI. As the base hit will score Hayes. The pitch, this one chopped to the ground. It's going to get through into right field. Whitchurch fields it. Hayes coming around third. The throw home. Going to be cut off. And it's an RBI single for Ty Roseberry. His second RBI single of the ball game. Lopers extended again. It's 9-2 now. So with one down and a runner at first, that's going to bring up Pete Contentious. And now time called to Steve Johnson making his way out to the mound to speak with Cole Shoemaker. And it looks like we're going to have a new pitcher. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have the identification of the new pitcher. You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
At the University of Nebraska at Kearney, it's the people who make the biggest difference. Here, students get the help and support they need to earn a quality education. Professors know your name and oftentimes help students find internships or even that first job after graduation. The campus is filled with people who care enough to make a difference in your life. It's also filled with opportunities to make a difference for others. Here, you can explore the world around you with confidence, knowing you have people behind you every step of the way. At UNK, we're all difference makers. We turn ideas into action. We produce results to be proud of. We put more care into our work because we're people of integrity. We know it takes strength to make a difference, and making a difference is our strength. Find out how you can make a difference at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Visit unk.edu and schedule a campus visit today.
These days, the concept of value matters more than ever. And you'd be hard-pressed to find a better value than high school sports. Extracurricular activities, including sports, make up about 2% of the budget for a typical Nebraska high school. In return, participation in sports promotes citizenship and sportsmanship. Sports also instill a sense of community pride and teach lifelong lessons about cooperation and self-discipline. They encourage physical fitness. They produce community leaders. By offering so many benefits to the community for such a small percentage of a school's overall budget, it's easy to see why high school sports are one of the best bargains around. The real cost would come from not having them at all. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Bring them out, bring them out. Bring them out, bring them out.
Welcome back. New pitcher on the mound is Ryan Reuter. As Katecha's first pitch swinging. And it was chopped right onto the ground to Hammocky. They're going to get Roseberry out at second, but the throw to first was wild. So Katecha's going to reach on the fielder's choice. And now 2 down. As that's going to bring up Brent Kirsch with 2 down and a runner at first. Ryan Reuter on the mound. He's a freshman from Hayes, Kansas. We'll get you his stat line here in a moment. As first pitch to Kirsch, going to be chopped to the ground. Hammocky's got it, and he bobbles it as it hits off of his glove. Taking the turn is Katecha's as he's going to slide into third safely. Hammocky's second error of the ball game. So now runners at the corners and 2 down. Bringing up Matt Solomon. Ryan Reuter on the mound. He's got an ERA of 6.62. He's 2-1 on the year. This is his 18th appearance. Like I mentioned, a freshman out of Hayes, Kansas, as they pick over back safely is Kirsch. Two down, runners at the corners. First pitch to Solomon, going to be driven to right. Whitchurch hustling back a few and over to his right. Or correction, over to his left as he's going to make the grab for out number 3. UNK gets 2 runs here in the 7th as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Lopers on top, 9-2. You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
At the University of Nebraska at Kearney, it's the people who make the biggest difference. Here, students get the help and support they need to earn a quality education. Professors know your name and oftentimes help students find internships or even that first job after graduation. The campus is filled with people who care enough to make a difference in your life. It's also filled with opportunities to make a difference for others. Here, you can explore the world around you with confidence, knowing you have people behind you every step of the way. At UNK, we're all difference makers. We turn ideas into action. We produce results to be proud of. We put more care into our work because we're people of integrity. We know it takes strength to make a difference, and making a difference is our strength. Find out how you can make a difference at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Visit unk.edu and schedule a campus visit today.
Sean Laughlin back out onto the mound for UNK as we get ready to begin the bottom of the 7th here at Larks Park in Hayes, Kansas. Lopers on top, 9-2, and it's been the freshman show. Yes, it has. Calvin Rudolph with 2 RBI singles today. And then Ty Roseberry gets his second RBI single in the top of the 7th. As the Lopers, like I said, lead by 7. You also have to know Josh Estrada with a solo home run that followed Dallas Schramm's 3-run shot back in the 3rd inning. As Sean Laughlin delivers the first pitch, the leadoff batter Reddington is chopped to the round to third. Kirsch has it. The throw across to first in time for out number 1. Quick one to start the bottom of the 7th. And that's going to bring up Clayton Baskell. Baskell 1 for 3 today. He singled back in the third inning. There's a strikeout and a flyout to his credit. Laughlin toes the rubber. Working from the stretch with nobody on as the first pitch from Baskell's inside. 1-0 the count. Back into the box is Baskell. Laughlin delivers the 1-0. This one chopped to the round is second. Matt Solomon's got it. The throw to first in time for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down quickly here for Fort Hays State to begin the bottom of the 7th. And that's going to bring up Nick Hammocky. Hammocky 2 errors today in the field. He's also 0 for 3 at the dish. So a tough day for the Tigers shortstop. As he steps up here with 2 down and nobody on. Laughlin at the belt. First pitch to Hammocky. First pitch swinging, fouled away. And the count 0-1 here. Hammocky is senior out of Hays, Kansas. 6 foot, 175 pounds. Listed here as an infielder and a right-handed pitcher for the Tigers. As the 0-1 swung on a miss. 0-2 the count here to Hammocky. His father also the athletic director here at Fort Hays State. Is Laughlin looking to get out of this one, 1-2-3. The 0-2 to Hammocky, going to be lofted up to right. Hooking foul as Estrada's going to run out of room. So the count will hold tight at 0-2. Mentioned the Lopers had some bodies up in the bullpen. Yes, nobody up and working, but it's still Pocock and Rui out there. At the belt, Laughlin, the 0-2 to Hammocky. This one chopped to the ground. Solomon going to get it at second. The throw in time at first for out number 3. 1-2-3 go the Tigers here in the bottom of the 7th as we head to the 8th. UNK on top, 9-2. You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
You're listening to the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
Discover new opportunities at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Opportunities that lead to new connections and new passions. At UNK, you won't just go to class. You won't just meet people. You won't just get involved. Here, there's so much more. You'll get an experience that will impact who you are and what you will become. Around here, people know your name. It's up to you what it will be. At the University of Nebraska at Kearney, we are difference makers. Find out how you can make a difference at unk.edu.
Here's the voice of the Loper Baseball Radio Network, Colton Wiersbicki.
One, two, three, due up for UNK. As we get ready to begin the 8th inning, it's going to be Edmund, Rudolph, and Schramm. As Houston Edmonds made his way over from the on-deck circle into the batter's box to face the lefty, Ryan Reuter. First pitch from Reuter, going to miss outside, 1-0. Starting pitcher today for Fort Hays State, Ruxlow, he was a lefty. So Edmond going to have to face another lefty here to start the 8th as this one floated just beyond the infield, but Nick Hammocky, the shortstop for Fort Hays State, backpedals a few and makes the grab for out number 1. So 1 down, that's going to bring up the freshman. Nope, it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here. As it looks like it's going to be Scott Platt to step in for UNK, the junior from Longmont, Colorado. At a Northeastern Junior College to face the lefty Ryan Reuter. First pitch low and in. 1-0 the count. Scott Platt comes in. He's hitting .244, making his 22nd appearance on the season. And as the 1-0 going to catch the outside corner for a strike, and the count even at 1-1. Platt this season has seen time at 3 positions: shortstop, second base, and also third base. 1-1. This one chopped to the ground. A Hammocky at short. He's got it. The throw to first, a little high, but Starkle able to grab it. 2 up, 2 down for UNK to start the 8th. And that's going to bring up Dallas Schramm. Schramm today, 3-run homer back in the 3rd, a single in the 1st, a double in the 7th. He came around to score on that one, but he flew out in the 4th. So he's 3 for 4 today. As the first pitch from Reuter in there for a strike, at the count 0-1. Schramm, a native of Omaha, Nebraska. 0-1 is low for a ball. 1-1 the count. Dallas Schramm, biggest fan base in the MIAA. His mother has not missed a single game yet this season. She's sitting over here just beyond the Loper dugout on the first base side. 1-1. Low as it got away from Bogosian. So the count 2-1 here to the Loper catcher, Dallas Schramm. Back in is Schramm. Reuter comes set. The 2-1. Schramm going to loft this one up just beyond center field is Nick Hammocky. Going to get the hat trick here. See, gets all 3 outs here in the top of the 8th. Lopers go down in order. We go to the bottom of the 8th. UNK on top, 9-2. You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
At the University of Nebraska at Kearney, we are difference makers. Stop and think about your future, 5 or even 10 years down the road. What are you doing? How are you living your life? If you're picturing yourself in a meaningful job and contributing to your community, UNK can help. We specialize in showing people how to make a difference every day. That's a powerful outlook on life. College awaits. Your application shouldn't. Apply today to UNK and get ahead on scholarships and housing for next year. Learn more at unk.edu.
This Loper Baseball Radio Network broadcast brought to you by the 2017 Upper Deck Club corporate sponsors, including Field Goal Agronomics, First National Bank, Jersey Sports Bar and Grill, Johnson Lawn and Landscape, Nebraska Star Beef, Nebraska Land Distributors, and Nebraska Land National Bank.
Welcome back. We get ready to begin the bottom of the 8th. Lopers on top, 9-2. Yes, Sean Laughlin back out onto the bump for UNK. And Laughlin here, he sent down the Tigers in order in the 7th. And he's going to face 4, 5, 6 here in the 8th, starting with Trevor Hughes. Trevor Hughes today, he's 0 for 2 with a walk. As the lefty Hughes steps in. Laughlin. First pitch is going to be popped up, foul behind the dish, 0-1 the count. Trevor Hughes, designated hitter for Fort Hays State. Listed as a catcher in the program. As the 0-1 from Laughlin going to be chopped to the ground. Kirsch dives, can't get it as it's going to roll down the line into left. Contentious able to cut it off before Hughes is able to take second. So a leadoff base runner here for Fort Hays to begin the 8th. And that's going to bring up Cody Starkle. Starkle 1 for 3 today. 2 strikeouts to his credit. He singled in the 6th. Came around to score. Laughlin at the belt. The first pitch to Starkle, going to be on a line to right field, a base hit. Estrada's got it. The throw in going to be cut off. And so now back-to-back base hits for Fort Hays State puts 2 runners on with nobody out. And now we take a look into that Loper bullpen as trying to get an identification on who's throwing down there. It does look like Mitchell Robinson is up in the pen and working for UNK. As we get back to the baseball game here, Jace Bowman steps in. First pitch swinging for him. Solomon's got it. It's going to be a 4-6. The throw to 3 in time. Got him. Double play. Is Scott Platt, the new shortstop, with the quick transfer and throw. Gets Bowman. And now a runner at third with 2 down. So it's going to bring Marcus Altman to the dish. Altman today is 1 for 3. The first pitch to Altman from Laughlin in there for a strike. 0-1 the count here to the Tiger left fielder. Sign at the mount, the 0-1. That one low and away. 1-1 the count. Back into the box is Altman. 1-1 from Laughlin. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. Altman taps the play and he's ready to go. Laughlin looking in, getting his sign. He'll come set. He's ready to go. We await the 1-2. Here it comes. That one, strike 3, got him looking. Laughlin deals his second strikeout of the ball game as the Tigers threaten here in the bottom of the 8th with back-to-back base hits to start it, but held off the board. As we move to the 9th, Lopers on top, 9-2. You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
At the University of Nebraska at Kearney, we are difference makers.
I'm making a difference by researching new and better ways to diagnose Alzheimer's.
I'm making a difference by being the first one in my family to attend college.
By inspiring others to overcome challenges.
By teaching kids to be active and live healthy.
By throwing a concert to benefit the Youth AIDS Foundation. By helping students reach new heights.
By cheering the Lopers on to victory!
Discover how you can make a difference at unk.edu.
Here's the voice of the Loper Baseball Radio Network, Colton Wiersbicki.
Welcome back. UNK on top 92 as we get ready to begin the 9th inning. And a new pitcher coming on here for Fort Hays State. It is number 24, Jackson Rolfs, a 6'3", 220-pound senior from Salina, Kansas, Butler Community College. As Rolf comes in, and he's going to face 4-5-6 for Fort Hays State. And he's going to start with Josh Estrada. And a meeting taking place out on the mound right now between Bogosian and Rolf. And this is Rolf's first appearance on the year. And I was trying to find him on the stat sheet and couldn't. So our friends over here to my left let me know that this is his first appearance of the season. In the first pitch he throws, he was going to be fouled away by Estrada and won the count. Estrada back in. First pitch, that one low. Estrada checked his swing, but it didn't leave his shoulder as they checked down to Nathan Foley at first. They say he did not go around. Is Estrada back in, count even a 1-1. Here's the pitch from Rolfs. It's low. 2-1 the count to the Loper right fielder. Estrada back in, the 2-1 coming from Rolfs. This one going to be driven into right center field. It's going to get down into the gap. Estrada taking the turnaround first. He's going to try and hustle to second, and he's going to get there with ease as he slides in safely. So a leadoff double for UNK to start the ninth. Got out Billy Hayes getting ready to step in. He had an RBI single in his last at bat back in the 7th inning. Hayes steps in. Rolfs checks on Estrada. First pitch to Hayes is going to be fouled away. 0-1 the count. Hayes 1 for 4 today. 2 runs scored at an RBI. Hayes back in. Rolf set. Checks on Estrada. The 0-1 upstairs. 1-1 the count. Loper designated hitter back in. The pitch from Rolfs. Going outside. 2-1 here to Billy Hayes. Deep breath from Rolfs as he toes the rubber, getting the sign for Bogosian. Set at the bell, the 2-1. Swing and a miss by Hayes. And the count even at 2-2. Hayes back in to the right-handed batter's box to face the righty Rolfs. 2-2 count, runner at second, nobody out. Long steered Estrada as this one swung on a miss, strike 3. Hayes goes down swinging. And that's going to bring up Ty Roseberry, who's 2 for 4 today with 2 RBIs. Got another RBI opportunity. Standing at second in Estrada. Rolfs. Foot on the backside of that rubber. As Roseberry steps in, now Rolfs will toe the rubber. Getting the sign from Bogosian. He's set, checks on Estrada at second. First pitch here to Roseberry, up and in. 1-0 the count to the freshman from Kearney. Roseberry back in. Rolfs. And the belt, the 1-0. Roseberry going to foul this one away. The count back to even at 1-1. Roseberry coming into the ball game. Only had 3 RBIs. He's at 5 now, thanks to his 2 RBI singles today. Rolfs comes set, the 1-1. This one going to be chopped to the round to the left. It's going to get through for a base hit. Estrada coming around, and they're going to hold him. As Roseberry gets his third base hit of the ball game. Puts him at 3 for 5 on the day. That's going to bring up Pete Katenchis. With one down and runners at the corners as Bogosian steps out in front of the dish and signals the defense. Back in for his 5th at bat of the day is Katenchis. That one low and away. 1-0 the count. Katenchis steps in. Rolfs has the sign. The pitch, that one low and away. 2-0 the count here to Katenchis. It's grounded into 2 fielders' choices here today. Back in Katenchis. Rolfs taking his time as Katenchis going to call time and step out. Katenchis in. Rolfs set the 2-0. Swung on a miss. 2-1 the count. Two one count. Katenchis in. The pitch from Rolfs. This one chopped up the middle as Baskel's got it to flip the hammocky in time to throw to first for the double play. He was going to end the 9th inning for UNK. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Lopers on top, 9-2. You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network.
The University of Nebraska at Kearney is ready to make a difference for you. Here, you'll get a quality education and graduate on time with less debt. You'll also have an unforgettable college experience. Join a club, become a leader, make a real difference for yourself and others. Choosing the right college is a big decision. Trust your future with people who care about your success. Choose the University of Nebraska at Kearney because we are difference makers.
Loper fans, be sure to follow your UNK baseball team wherever they play from wherever you are. Most home games are broadcast on 1340 AM KGFW, and all games, both home and away, are broadcast online via the Loper Baseball Radio Network. Just follow the link found on lopers.com to listen via radio stream or YouTube so you don't miss a minute of your Lopers in action all season long.
Welcome back. Bottom of the 9th, UNK 3 outs away from taking this series from Fort Hays State. And it's going to be 9-1-2 due up for the Tigers. Correction, 8-9-1, starting with Bryce Whitworth. As Whitworth steps in. First pitch from Laughlin going to be driven into left field for a base hit. So Fort Hays State going to begin the 9th inning with a base runner. Now a runner at first for Jared Bogosian. And actually we're going to have a pinch hitter here. As getting ready to step in, it's going to be Jonathan Mariani, the 5'11", 165-pound junior from Topeka, Kansas. Mariani stamping in as the first pitch is going to be fouled away. 0-1 the count. This is Mariani's second at bat of the season. Sent at the belt is Laughlin. The 0-1 going to be fouled away. And the count 0-2 now. Mariani back in. As he looks to battle here down 0-2. The pitch, that one low and in from Laughlin. The count 1-2 now to Mariani. As Laughlin picks over. Wentworth was barely off the bag. One, two count. Pitch from Laughlin. Low and in. 2-2 the count now. Laughlin kicks, deals the 2-2, fouled away by Mariani. Loper fans, don't forget, after this ball game, stick around for the UNK Baseball postgame show. We'll break down this game for you. As Lopers lead 9-2 here in the bottom of the ninth and nobody out. This one going to be popped up just beyond the infield is Scott Platt. Camps under it and makes the grab for out number one. One down as we head back to the top of the order with Ty Reddington. Reddington today is 1 for 3 with a hit by pitch. He doubled to lead off the bottom of the first for Fort Hays State. First pitch to Reddington is in there for a strike, 0-1 the count. Lane kick and the pitch is Reddington bunts. It's popped up down the third base side. Laughlin has it. The throw to first in time for out number 2. So that'll go down as a sacrifice for Reddington. Get out 2 down with the runner at second for Clayton Baskell. Baskell snaps in. He's 1 for 4 today. First pitch from Laughlin, going to be chopped to the ground to the third base side, but it's going to get foul, 0-1 the count. Back in Baskell, 0-1 count. Laughlin checks on Whitchurch. The pitch swung on and missed. 0-2 the count. Laughlin way ahead here, 0-2. Here's the pitch. This one fouled away. 0-2, 2 down, runner at second for Fort Hays State. At the belt, Jackson Whitchurch, the 0-2 from Laughlin. Up and away, 1-2. One and two here to Clayton Baskell, the Tigers' second baseman. Laughlin at the belt. The 1-2. This one going to be lofted up into shallow center. Edmund hustling, and he dives. Got it! That'll end the ball game for UNK as they secure the series win over Fort Hays State with a 9-2 victory here in Game 2. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Lopers victorious in Game 2 by a final score of 9-2 over Fort Hays State.
And that's the ball game. Stay tuned. Coming up, your Loper Baseball postgame show brought to you by Runza, where the difference is real. You're listening to UNK Baseball on the Loper Baseball Radio Network. This Loper Baseball Radio Network broadcast brought to you by the 2017 Upper Deck Club corporate sponsors, including Marcotte Insurance, Midway Chevrolet, Runza, Samson Construction, TM Sporting Goods, U.S. Bank, Vintage Title and Escrow Company, and Eunice Hospitality.
There's something to be said about those quality Nebraska values. Waving at a neighbor, working hard each day, helping someone in need. At the University of Nebraska at Kearney, those qualities lead to an incredible college experience. The campus is filled with people who care enough to make a difference in the lives of students. They also show you how to make a difference for others and positively impact the world around you. At the University of Nebraska at Kearney, that's called being a difference maker. Find out how you can make a difference at unk.edu.
Welcome back to the Loper Baseball postgame show brought to you by Runza, 2 locations in Kearney where the difference is real. And now the voice of the Loper Baseball Radio Network, Colton Wierzbicki.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back to Larks Park here in Hays, Kansas, where the Lopers take Game 2 over the Tigers by a final score of 9-2. And a game that the UNK Bats were just absolutely on fire. They scored a run in the second, 4 runs in the third, a run in the fourth, a run in the sixth, and 2 runs in the seventh. That equals your 9. And like I said, UNK victorious 9-2. Let's take a look at how the Lopers did by the numbers, as Easton Edmond went 1 for 4, the runs scored. Calvin Rudolph 3 for 4 today with 2 RBIs and a run scored. Scott Platt replaced him in the 8th inning. He went 0 for 1. Dallas Schramm was 3 for 5 with 2 runs scored and 3 RBIs. Josh Estrada was 2 for 5 with a run scored and an RBI. Billy Hayes was 1 for 5 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Ty Roseberry, was 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Pete Katechis was 0 for 5 on the day, although he did reach base 2 times. Brent Kirsch was 1 for 4 with a run scored, and Matt Solomon was 1 for 4 with a run scored. Your winning pitcher today is going to be Trey Ertmer. He pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 earned run, 4 hits. He had 2 walks and 5 strikeouts in 22 batters faced. Coming in and relieving him was Sean Laughlin. He pitched 4 innings, gave up 1 earned run, 5 hits, no walks, and he had 2 strikeouts in the ballgame. As we look at the losing pitcher tonight, the losing pitcher is Alex Ruxlow. He pitched 2 innings, gave up 4 earned runs, 6 hits. He didn't have any walks and didn't have any strikeouts, and he only faced 13 batters. As really quickly before our difference maker of the game, I'd like to give a shout out to Nick, Tony, and Chad Turco listening back in Omaha. They just shot me a message and said they were listening, so we appreciate your guys' support of Loper Baseball. All right, fans, it's the moment you've all been waiting for, your UNK Baseball difference maker of the game.
And now it's time for the Loper Baseball Difference Maker of the Game, brought to you by Runza, where the difference is real.
All right, fans. Well, this one kind of a tough one to pick just one difference maker of the game, so I've got four for you. Number one difference maker of the game is the freshman from Omaha, Calvin Rudolph. He was 3 for 4 today with 2 RBIs in a run scored. Another one goes to Dallas Schramm. He was 3 for 5 today with 3 RBIs. He had a 3-run jack. Josh Estrada was 2 for 5 with a home run today. He's another difference maker of the game. And finally, Ty Roseberry, he was 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Those are my difference makers of the game, brought to you by Runza, where the difference is real.
Loper Baseball Difference Maker of the Game, brought to you by Runza. 2 locations in Kearney, where the difference is real.
All right, fans, well, that's going to do it for me here in Hayes, Kansas. Lopers back in action on Friday as they take on Missouri Western State University at Historic Memorial Field. First pitch for that is set for 6 p.m. on KGFW. For Brandon Bennett's back in the studio, I'm Colton Worsbicky saying so long and farewell from Hayes, Kansas, where the Lopers are victorious by a final of 9-2. So long, farewell, and go Lopers.
This has been the Loper Baseball Radio Network postgame show, brought to you by Runza. 2 locations in Kearney, where the difference is real.